I want to end our climax with a toxicologist, Yakubu Adams. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Roland.
So, how bad is the situation when it comes to the toxins we find in the water and then our foods?
Thank you very much. Good morning to you and your panel members. When it comes to Galamsey, I believe the country is now aware that it's now a major public health concern in Ghana, and it's actually alarming, and maybe you might not see the effects now, because when you talk about the effects of these heavy metals, especially the mercury and the cyanide, it's actually cumulative, meaning someone exposed to these heavy metals may not see the debilitating or deleterious effects right away. I remember during one of my research, I ended up in one community and I was trying to advise them on the implication of illegal mining, about how it can have maybe congenital effects on their newborns. And I believe everyone actually told me that she has given birth to about six children, and there's nothing like deformed babies. So basically, what we are saying adding true. But let's all did you know that when we talk about these heavy metals or these toxic effects of these heavy metals, we don't see it at once. So Roland, we don't know how long we've been exposed to these heavy metals in our environment. You know, Galamsey started not now, so we don't know how long it has been in our environment.
Yakubu Adams.
It has cumulatively
Yakubu Adams. The Ghana Water, the Ghana Water Company says they treat the water. Now, again, they use their chemicals to detoxify, so to speak, the water. So, okay, dechemicalize. Okay. So now, the question then for you as a scientist, a toxicologist, I would want to ask and know is, if they say the water is safe, then it means that lead and some of those things will be removed, right?
Yes. So I listened to them, Mr. Kluche.
Yeah, because they use polymer or something like that. Polymer.
Yes. So when it comes to Ghana water treatment, they use one of lack of better word, use dechemicalization, technically called coagulation.
Are you using dechemicalization?
I say in a context. Okay, because everything is actually chemical. So when they're trying to dechemicalize something, meaning take away every chemical, including the water itself. But in the sense of the EPA, I think we are focusing on the toxic component of these water bodies. So when they use the term dechemicalization, it refers to maybe the chemicals or the exogenous chemicals found in these water bodies. Now, coming back to the point of Ghana Water Company, when it comes to their treatment method, they use the coagulation method, and the coagulation method is just adding coagulants, and we have the alum. So alum is a coagulant, and we also have the polymer. But so to speak, now they've shifted to polymer, but not all treatment plants or earthworks in Ghana actually uses the polymer. So now when you use these coagulants, it doesn't necessarily take away the heavy metals. The heavy metals, when the water is actually contaminated with this heavy metal, the heavy metal continues to be in the water because the coagulant that is being used actually traps the debris, the particles that actually make the water heavy. So I think Ghana Water Company is trying to focus on reducing the turbidity so that it can get into the recommended WHO threshold, which is the 5 nephelometric turbidity units. So this is not to say the water is safe, because the clarity of the water does not necessarily mean the water is safe for consumption. So this actually is becoming alarming, because now we need to actually look for an advanced technology that can remove these heavy metals, and this is very, very, very expensive. And I believe the EPA recently actually proposed a measure called the nanotechnology, which I think is near near impossible in my space, because looking at the explanation being given and how nanoliquid is going to, or copper-based nanoliquid is going to be applied to our water bodies, then we have to be ready to spend a lot, because in Ghana, for instance, our research shows that our 18 water bodies or rivers have been contaminated. Yes, and there's nothing like a perfect system when it comes to dechemical or removing of these heavy metals. It has been tried in US and other countries, but there's something like 100% detoxification system. And I think the one that was done in US in Detroit River, they spent about $1 billion United States dollars in just removing some of 80% of the heavy metals from their water bodies. So 1 billion, and currently we have 18 water bodies being destroyed or being contaminated in our country. So imagine multiplying 1 billion United States dollars by 18. It's going to be about 18 billion United States dollars. And I think we are still gambling with IMF 3 billion. So this is actually costly if you want to even employ. And remember, I listened to the EPA boss, and I think she did mention that they've tried it in vitro, meaning when we say in vitro, meaning it's done in a test tube in a lab, and it's
Thank you very much, Yakubu Adam, toxicologist, helping us conclude the conversation.